Hi, how are you? Welcome to another episode of the Run Pass Option with Pro Football Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce and Doc Holliday. This really is a special edition of the Run Pass Option with Pro Football Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce and Doc Holliday. This is just me. And what I'm about to say in this episode is really dedicated to Stephen A. Smith. And everything I say is what I say. It has nothing to do with my brother, Pro Football Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce. And I keep saying Pro Football Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce in front of his name because he earned that title. He earned his induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So what I say is me. Doesn't have anything to do with him. A lot of times on our podcast, on this show, me and Isaac disagree on some of the things that we really disagree on. But that's my brother. I love him. I respect him. I got his back. But what I say here and what I always say is me, strictly me. Just like Stephen A. Smith, when you were about to respond to what Kyrie Irving said, and you said it's not on the producers of ESPN, it's not on your co-host, it's you. So it's the same thing with me. This is me. You recently did several takes and episodes talking about Kyrie Irving and how delusional he is and all these other insulting things. Now, I don't know Kyrie Irving. I don't know anybody that's close to Kyrie Irving. I haven't talked to him. I just watch. And the things you've been saying about Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons, not just you, others too, but you specifically, it's kind of a consistent theme because they're black athletes whom you tend to just go at and try to cut their heads off. But you said some things on First Take about Kyrie. So whatever problem you got with him, you got a huge problem. So Kyrie can fight his own fights. So I'm not really here to fight his fight. But you have to be addressed because you're pompous, you're arrogant, you're condescending, you're destructive to the black community. Specifically the black athlete. I don't care what you say. You are. And you did an episode of Stephen A's World. I think that's what you called it. And you went in, talking about Kyrie Irving. Wasn't it you? That's what you kept saying, Kyrie. Wasn't it you? Who? Yeah. Okay, so Stephen A. Smith, let's wasn't it you? You're a sports journalist. ESPN pays you well to do what you do, more than $12 million a year, I think. I ain't counting your pockets like you be counting them guys' pockets. Pay you $12 million to get on television and social media and podcast platforms to scream and a lot of times lie and to be arrogant and to be an asshole, but you get paid a lot of money to do that. And there's real workers out here doing real work. But you like to talk about Kyrie and Ben Simmons getting paid the money that they get paid for not playing. It's what you say. But they were hurt. But you get paid a lot of money to do what you do. And there are real workers out there. But your segment wasn't it you? So wasn't it you? So wasn't it you that got your start in sports journalism when the legendary coach Clarence Big House Gaines gave you a basketball scholarship to Winston-Salem State University? Gave you a basketball scholarship, which means gave you an opportunity to go to school to learn for free. Just play basketball. Coach Gaines gave you an opportunity to go to college and learn how to be a journalist at an HBCU at that, to do what you're doing right now, making millions of dollars. So wasn't it you that turned on that same coach that gave you an opportunity while you were playing basketball and writing for the school newspaper? Wasn't it you that said he should retire, that he should step down because of health reasons that you were privy to, you and your teammates, because you were around him? Wasn't it you that technically threw him under the bus? for your own selfish reasons because you wanted to advance your journalism career? Wasn't it you that did that to Coach Gaines? And the school wanted to kick you out, but the mentor and the real grown man, Coach Gaines, said, nah, give him a pass. Wasn't it you that showed up to practice the next day after this article was published? After throwing your coach under the bus? The coach that gave you a scholarship, gave you a chance to come learn your trade that's giving you an opportunity to make a nice living right now. That was you. That was you. And excuse me, I don't have a teleprompter like you do. This is in my little home studio. I don't have the big, you know what I'm saying? Not yet. Because I'm trying to own my own studio. So I don't have teleprompter, so I just have notes. See that? That's the McLaren's Big House Gaines note. That's gone. But wasn't it you that guy, Coach Gaines, said he needed to retire? He needed to quit because he was sick? Yeah, that was you. That was you. Wasn't it you that told Steph Curry's wife, Ayesha Curry, his beautiful wife, another man's wife, she should be a good NBA wife and basically just be quiet and don't cause any attention to herself? You telling a black woman not to be strong, not to be independent, not to be a voice, be a good NBA wife when she was upset by how a playoff series went, that she loves and supports her husband. But wasn't it you that told her, be a good NBA wife? Don't draw no attention to yourself. Be like Savannah James, LeBron James' beautiful queen. Be like her. When you shouldn't have brought her name in it anyway. You shouldn't be addressing any other man's wife and they didn't hit you in your mouth. But wasn't it you that said that? Then you tried to pit these two queens against one another? She should be like her when they're two individuals. Wasn't it you? Yeah, that was you. Wasn't it you when Ray Rice was going through that situation with his wife? I think his wife's named Janae. Wasn't it you? Well, speaking on that incident, or Ray Rice, and sorry to bring your name back up, brother, but you shouldn't have did that. But wasn't it you that said women shouldn't provoke men to hit them? Wasn't it you that said that? And I think Carrie Champion called you on it, but I don't think you wanted her on the show because that was a black woman that wasn't going for that mess that you was spilling and had something to say. I don't think you liked that. But wasn't it you that said women shouldn't provoke their attackers? I think that was you. Wasn't it you that also said, made excuses for Floyd Mayweather, that said women who had accused him of sexual assault or the domestic violence, allegedly? Wasn't it you that implied that they were gold diggers, that sometimes it's the women's fault? Wasn't it you? Allegedly. But wasn't it you? Wasn't it? Wasn't it you who said the N-word on television at least twice? Twice. Which is a term that a lot of us black men and black women use as a term of endearment, but it's a hurtful and derogatory term. But we just know how to switch these words up to make them something positive to us, but we don't want to be called that. But wasn't it you that said that on national television? At least twice. At least. Wasn't it you? Wasn't it you? Stephen A. Smith. Wasn't it you? Okay. That note. No teleprompter. Wasn't it you that threatened Sixers guard Michael Carter Williams in 2014? Saying something about they don't want to start problems with you. You don't start problems, but you sure know how to finish them. It would be a mistake if guys come at you. What do you mean by that? Wasn't it you that threatened him? You said something in about having the last word. Like you said here about Kyrie Irving. If you think you're going to have the last word, that's what you said. But wasn't it you that said that? Wasn't that you that threatened that man? Not only that, hold on. Let me, before I got that, but I don't want to get to, I want to get to this. Hold on. Wasn't it you that disrespected Eddie Curry? Now, that's a theme to all of these now because these are black athletes and black people we talking about. But wasn't it you that compared Eddie Curry to a bag of chips? Not only that, a bag of cheese doodles. But then you said he wasn't worth the cheese doodles. Trade him. You diminished that man's value of his life and his basketball ability to cheese doodles. Wasn't it you that disrespected that man like that? Yes. Now, you can criticize somebody's basketball or athletic performance, but no, you go way beyond that. Know how I know? Because wasn't it you that called Jamarcus Russell a fat Jabba the Hutt, lazy? Wasn't it you that called that man Jabba the Hutt, fat and lazy? And I'm pretty sure the only reason he didn't bust you in your mouth and the only reason you haven't been busted in your mouth because dudes don't want to go to jail because dudes like you call the police quickly and you sue. That's what you do. Wasn't it you? And isn't it still you that been going at Kwame Brown for whatever reason for years and years and Kwame Brown, mispronouncing his name, exaggerating his name, a name that his mama gave him? Like he said, like his mama named him. His mama put the cooking on that name and gave him. And before you say, I don't know Kwame Brown now. And for all y'all fans that, no, I'm not trying to jump on anything. Stephen A. Smith has to be addressed because he has a platform to address everyone. So I'm going to use my little bitty platform and my little bitty 4,000 followers on Twitter and my little bitty platform to go at Goliath. King David is my ancestor, so why wouldn't I go at Goliath? Goliath. Stephen A. acts like a Philistine. But wasn't it you that's been disrespecting Kwame Brown for years? Wasn't it you that called Jamarcus Russell Jabba the Hutt? What they got to do with basketball, football, any sport? What they got to do with it? Wasn't it you that said you liked when Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire were battling for a Major League Baseball home run title because both of them spoke English? And you said Mark McGwire was the perfect one because, you know, they can put him on Wheaties box, basically because you said he's a white man. But wasn't it you that said that? But then you imitated the way Sammy Sosa talks. But you said that. I think that was around the same time in the same conversation when you, where is my sheet of paper? There it is. You were talking about Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher from Japan, who's cold. But you said Shohei Ohtani should not be the number one face of Major League Baseball because he needs an interpreter. Now, what you say? Quote, number one face is the dude that needs an interpreter so you can understand what the hell he's saying. Said it harms baseball. That's what you said. He needs an interpreter. He can speak English. But I think one Asian baseball player said before that they use interpreters because When they're speaking from the heart in their original tongue and their original language, and it doesn't look forced or fake. A lot of times when they speak in English, I don't want to speak for them now. They have to think about what they're saying to make sure they're using the right words because it's not their natural language. Ichiro said that. He used an interpreter because of that. It sounds better when it seems you're speaking from off your heart. But wasn't it you that said Shohei Ohtani shouldn't be the number one face of Major League Baseball because a dude that needs an interpreter? You said that, dog. You apologized for it, but you said it and you meant it. Wasn't it you that said the Nigerian basketball team that beat Team USA in 2021 was a bunch of nobodies? That's what you said. You relegated these black men who you say you a brother. You relegated these black men's value to what they can do on the basketball court and that you hadn't heard about. Team USA lost to a bunch of brothers that you called nobodies. The same brothers you say you love, but you call them nobodies. Not only that, when you went to pronounce their names, and I'm in media, before I do my scripts or before I do anything, I look at these names. I Google them. I YouTube them. If I can, I ask the person, how you pronounce your name? Then I go to YouTube videos and listen to other people pronounce their names so I can show them the proper respect to call them by their names. So not only did you call the Nigerian basketball team some brothers, a bunch of nobodies, you didn't even try to pronounce their names. You pronounced a couple of them, then you said, what you say? Quote unquote. However in the hell you pronounce his name. Because you were trying to pronounce one young royal's name and you just stopped. And you said, however in the hell you pronounce his name. That's the respect you showed the brothers. Call them nobodies. And you didn't take the time to pronounce their names correctly. Show them the proper respect. And they're not nobodies. Those are men with lives and value. The fact that they even made it on the basketball court playing basketball against Team USA was huge. The fact that they beat them was huger. Not bigger, huger. But you say they're nobodies. Because you didn't know them. Because you didn't do the research. $12 million a year, dude. You didn't do the research to find out who they were. Because they somebodies. But they were nobodies to you. Because you didn't know them. You didn't know their name. You didn't study. However the hell they pronounce his name, disrespectful. But you get away with it. You get away with it. You get away with it because y'all can get away with disrespecting black men and black women on TV. I mean, it's just the fact. Let's call it what it is. Y'all do that because y'all disrespect us. Disrespect somebody that's not black and see what happens. You did that with Shohei Ohtani. Your ass was apologizing fast as heck and rightfully so. Asian community got on your beam. Your head. But we can say something. It falls on deaf ears. Because we don't understand our spending power. I have to remind black people our spending power last year was in the trillions of dollars, way more than everybody else in America now, just in America. So we have a lot more power than you think, Stephen A. But you don't have to respect us because the establishment doesn't respect us. That's the fact of the matter. I ain't crying about it. It is what it is. So we just continue to work hard and push on through. But wasn't it you that said that about the Nigerian basketball team? Yeah, that was you. Wasn't that also you that said NBA players were foolish for wanting to sit out a basketball season to shine light on racial oppression? Wasn't it you Said them brothers were foolish. Kyrie Irving was one of them leading the charge, and Dwight Howard. Wasn't it you? Said racial oppression is going to always be here, so why wouldn't you go to work? It's going to always be here if we never say anything about it. It's going to always be here if it's never addressed. It's going to always be here if people like the athletes and celebrities that people look up to, black athletes, and I hate the term black because we ain't black, but for the sake of this conversation, it's going to always be here if the black athletes and entertainers like you don't do anything and speak up for it. Why would it change? Because y'all the people they give the platform to. So y'all have power to influence. But since cats like you don't really care about your community that way, you're able to keep that platform. Because you will say you brother brothers, I got black friends is what you say. Just because people laugh at you, laugh with you, and pat you on your back and be tripping with you, that don't mean they like you, my boy. That don't mean they're your friend. To them, you just got influence. To them, you got a little money. That's how it is. But wasn't that you that said that they shouldn't do anything about trying to address or shine a light on racial oppression, racial discrimination that's been harming us and destroying us for hundreds of years? Don't do anything because it's always going to be around. Yeah, if brothers like you don't do it, if brothers like you are the ones that are placed in front of us, you're right, it's always going to be around. But once you research stuff like the Social Security Act of 1935, the New Deal, research things like that, man, redlining, research some of these things that's been put in place to keep blacks in America in this situation. Well, research why we in this situation first, because we hadn't always been this way. But you telling them basketball, just go play. Just go play. You can't do nothing about racial oppression. So why even bring it up? Just go play. Just go play. Huh? You do realize that we haven't always played sports, right? How long has the NBA celebrated 75 years? And we weren't able to play in the NBA for a long time. How long the NFL been around? We weren't able to play in the NFL for. So you know we really just started playing sports, right? You do realize that we've invented a lot of things, black people, right? Lewis Latimer with this light bulb that I'm trying to get some light in here on me. This an electric microphone, the inventor of that. I'm using a microphone. You do realize that. A lot of inventions we've made. GPS, cell phone, video game. I mean, you do realize that, right? So you do realize we're inherently engineers and scientists and doctors and all those things, but now we get steered and pushed toward playing sports because they don't want our young people to explore those other avenues, because a lot of times those jobs and those avenues aren't available to us, but they may be available to one or two of us. And I ain't mad about it. We just have to be obedient to the Most High and work through and persevere. That's it. It is what it is. So don't tell them just to play basketball and shut up. Don't address racial oppression. Just hoop. Why? Because they're getting paid millions of dollars. Some rich black people care about the rest of their people, because I don't care where you are in this world. To most people, you're still an N-word that you said on national television at least twice. So some rich black people care about other not so rich black people. They're not like you and Barkley, who just, because people can say what they want to say. Barkley said he would work for the Ku Klux Klan if they paid him enough. He said it years ago, but the fact of the matter is, if you said that or I said that about any other another race, a group of people that oppressed another race of people, yes, would never be on TV again. But it's okay to do that when you're talking about the black man or the black woman. That's funny. But wasn't it you that said that? Wasn't it you that called Ben Simmons, let me see, the most pathetic excuse for a professional athlete we've ever seen? You called him the weakest athlete in the history of sports. You called him Zoolander because you were talking about his clothes. And you said all those disrespectful things about Ben Simmons because he's been said his back was hurt. Back was hurt. Said he has mental issues. Mental issues are a problem in the black community, especially among black men, because we don't like to admit it. I had it for years. Suicidal thoughts. Wouldn't admit it. Wouldn't even admit it to myself. And knew what I was thinking. Knew the deep depression I was in, but wouldn't even admit it to myself. And damn sure wouldn't tell nobody about it because to us it's a sign of weakness. But he said he has mental issues, but you don't care about that. You don't care about that. You care that he's getting paid and have been playing. That bothers you like it's your money. That bothers you. But I know why it bothers you, because you are the mouthpiece. And a lot of you all are. And I call your names. Kendrick Perkins, Charles Barkley, Shaq used to be cool. He's in it. He does it too now. Skip Bayless, all of them. But I'm talking about the brothers. Shannon Sharp at times. You all get paid to speak what the owners of the TV networks and these teams want to be heard. So y'all get inside information when you get them. That's why Adam Schefter and Woj they get scoops, because the owners tell them things. But in return, they better spin stories that they want them to spin and attack players that they want them to attack, so they can keep getting the stories. So y'all think they just got that off? Yeah, they got it off, but they get it because it's a two-way street now. Because Stephen A. Smith, you've been coming at Kyrie Irving hard ever since he kind of changed and evolved. It seems to be spiritually. He want to speak up, exercise his God-given right. That bothers you. Life is not about sports. Black people have not always played sports. They just start letting us play sports. And we have forgotten that all these other great things that we have done. Stephen A. Smith, look up, just Google search black inventors and look at everything that we've invented. Look it up. Gladys West with the GPS, you probably didn't know that. Henrietta Lacks, immortal cells, healer cells, you probably didn't know that. But she didn't invent her cells. That's just how cold she was. I mean, if you subscribe to the Doc Holliday Show, Stephen A. Smith on YouTube, I have a show that I did, The Brilliance of Black Inventors. But wasn't it you that said those things about Ben Simmons? When, as far as I know, I don't know Ben Simmons either, or no one in his family. But as far as I know, Ben Simmons has never been arrested. I've never heard about Ben Simmons hitting a woman, hitting a woman, being accused of anything egregious, a criminal. But you said he's the most pathetic athlete in sports history because of what he may or may not did as far as not wanting to play at LSU. I don't know, but he went to LSU. That was a big get for them. The fact that he went was a huge recruiting. He didn't have to go, but he went. But he didn't get credit for that. That he went to LSU when he could have went anywhere else. And the fact that he exercised the power that he's given, that if he didn't want to be in Philly, he made his way out of Philly. Coaches do it all the time. They don't want to be somewhere, they get gone or get another job. That bothers you. But to say he's the most pathetic athlete ever, but I don't think that young man has ever been in any trouble. Not documented trouble. I don't think he ever been locked up or arrested. I don't see him acting a damn fool out here in the world. But it bothers you because he getting paid and hadn't been playing. He's an entertainer. Sports are entertainment. But wasn't it you that said that? And wasn't it you that also said Kyrie is, what you call Kyrie? Delusional, lost, because he called you a puppet? He didn't even call you a puppet. He didn't even say any names. But you and Kendrick Perkins had to come out and say something. Hit dog squeal, man. That Rock hit y'all, huh? He ain't call y'all by y'all name. But you felt the need to say something because you just knew it was you. You know it's you. So you can talk and criticize and talk about people, but the minute they say something to you, whether directly or indirectly, you have a fit. You can't take it, huh? You that dude. You that dude. But wasn't it you? Wasn't it you for probably a whole damn hour? But wasn't it you that said all those things I just said? Wasn't it you that said you gonna have the last word? If Kyrie Irving, if you think I'm going to let somebody like you had a last word, you got it. This is how you doing your head. Somebody like you had a last word, you got another thing coming. You ain't gotta say nothing. Because you said, what you say, Kyrie, you got a lot. Have a nice weekend. That's how you was looking. Have a nice weekend. You got a lot of weekends when you can have a lot of weekends. Yeah, he goes out because he got a lot of money. He can go anywhere in the world he wants, and he can. While you're continuing to work from sun up to sundown to justify that $12 million that you make, he ain't working. He chilling, enjoying his weekends. So I salute him. And all other basketball players whose season is over. They got paid to entertain and to play, and now they can go enjoy their money. And the basketball players who are still playing, like my Memphis Grizzlies, I wish them all the luck in the world. But God is in control, so that's already taken care of. But yeah, Stephen A's World. That was a nice little segment. Wasn't it you? Wasn't it you? It's a lot of wasn't it yous with you. But I ain't got all damn day to be sitting here. Wasn't it you, and you? Stephen A. But as far as all you national media that keep thinking it's cool to just disrespect black men and black women and black athletes and with not any repercussions, it's not going to always be that way. It's at some point you're going to have to answer for it. But as long as you disrespecting us, it's considered entertainment. You cool. Let your ass go at another group of people, see what happens to you. But wasn't it you, Stephen A? Wasn't it you? They got your start on your platform, the help of your platform, by downing the man that gave you a chance to lay the foundation to get to your platform. Coach Clarence Big House Gaines. Wasn't it you? Wasn't it you that took him down so you can get up? Wasn't it you? I say, yeah, it was you. It was you.